Hey, what's up guys, Serpentine here, taking a look at the sandbox MMORPG Trove, which is currently in open beta and developed by Trion games. Trove places you in a voxel based world that is procedurally generated. Claim land, conquer dungeons, and collect valuable minerals to further in your adventures. Comparisons can be made between Trove and Minecraft. Both games have very similar mechanics, with one game doing some things better than the other. Trove throws you straight into a tutorial to learn the basics like movement and state switching between adventure mode and build mode. Adventure mode allowing you to use your weapons and abilities, while build mode allows you to build and mine. You are also given your own piece of land very early on, which acts as your crafting hub, your chest, and can be upgraded to contain portals, advanced crafting benches, etc. The interesting thing about land is that it's not stationary or set to a fixed position. Instead, while you're exploring, you will find land plots scattered around the world. If it's empty, you can move your old land plot to the new plot and it will bring along all the workbenches and all the customizations you've made. Your house will be the only place where your creations will be permanent and untouchable by other players. As for the RPG elements of the game, there are some features missing from what you would expect from an MMORPG, including things like PvP. Instead, Trove randomly generates its world full of player-created structures that act as dungeons. When you get closer to the structure, you'll be given a quest related to what is inside the dungeon. The different missions available are Kill a Boss, Explore a Dungeon for treasure, and wave-based challenges. By completing one of these quests, you will receive a small amount of the in-game currency and unlock a chest that will contain an item for you to use. Once you clear one of the dungeons and complete the quest attached to it, a giant X will appear above the dungeon, as well as appearing on the world map to indicate to others that the dungeon has been completed, making it easier to find populated dungeons. To enter into one of these worlds, you have to go through portals that can be found in the hub world, or if you've crafted them, they can be placed on your plot. These portals are separated by character levels, with the higher levels containing considerably stronger enemies and better loot drops. Trove allows you to play as 5 different classes that all level separately from each other, 2 of which are completely free to play, the Soldier and the Gunner. Each class is limited to 2 activatable abilities that consume stamina from your stamina bar. The abilities deal more damage than your basic attacks and also have an added effect like push back or being projected into the air. Your stamina bar is also used for your movement skill that is usually just a short quick dash forward. The combat in the game is still pretty basic. Even with the added abilities, the melee class feels almost exactly the same as Minecraft's combat. I immediately found myself moving classes over to the Gunner, which felt different, but still somewhat basic. Trove focuses on random adventure gameplay, where the rewards are better gear and leveling up your characters. Other features of the game include crafting, which involves gathering materials from the world while in build mode, with rare ores usually found underground. Benches, mounts, weapons, and armor can all be crafted with the right crafting benches, and will gradually increase in material cost the higher up the chain you go. Weapons and armor all have fairly unique looks to them as designed by the community, so if you like the look of a certain piece of gear, you can transfer its appearance to other pieces of gear that might have better stats. Unwanted weapons can be deconstructed into base materials that can be used primarily in weapon and armor upgrades. Guilds are available in Trove and are given their own world to customize, as well as guild-locked benches and chests. If you want to be more creative within Trove, this is one of the easiest methods and will have you working together with others to create some cool stuff. However, there is another way to contribute your creative side to the game. Weapons, armor, and dungeons can all be created and submitted for use in Trove via outside voxel-based programs like Cubicle. As you can probably see, the graphics in Trove are voxel-based and simplistically textured with flat colors. The characters, while still made from voxels, have quite a bit of complexity to them, like car hats and flower swords. The mismatch of the environment's texture detail compared to the characters is a little strange at first, but it did eventually grow on me. The sound in game has a very bubbly and friendly feel to it that reinforces the young target audience for the game, and the game's soundtrack is somewhat low-key and relaxed. Trove provides the combat system that Minecraft should have had. However, the random adventure RPG elements will leave some MMORPG players wanting more. The avenues in which you can be creative within Trove are quite impressive in their implementation and will provide an almost unlimited supply of content for players. Some more unique enemies would be nice to see from the game, as well as some form of world events like a weekly dungeon that requires multiple players to complete, or something along those lines. Anyway, that's been my player preview of Trove. The game is currently available via the Glyph client in open beta as a free-to-play title. Let me know what you think of the game, and I'll see you guys next time.